Be honest. Have you ever taken notes, studied them for hours, yet still blanked out on your exam? You are not the only one, nor are you stupid. Your notes are just incredibly useless. In today's video, I will talk about the 3 elements of the Cornell note-taking method to help you get a better understanding of the information you need to study, as well to make sure that you improve your retention of the study information. All to help you get better grades in a way more efficient way. I'm Elaine Hercule, a master's student in applied cognitive psychology, as well as statistics and data science. And since 2025, I decided to focus on the science of studying here on YouTube. Besides this, I also host productivity live streams on the StudyPuff Academy YouTube channel, so make sure to join in there to get your things done with me and other StudyPuffs from all over the world. So if you're watching this video right now, you probably want to improve your note-taking skills, and I'm here to help you. In the first part of the video, I will talk to you about how the Cornell note-taking method actually works, and in the second part, I will show you how to implement it into your study routine using the free StudyPuff template, all to help you get your notes from this to this. But let's first quickly cover where it actually comes from. In the 1950s, Walter Pock created the Cornell note-taking method at Cornell University, all to create a systematic way in order for you to organize, understand, and remember your study information quicker and better. It basically looks like this. On the right side, you take your notes. On the left side, you write your cues, which can be short keywords, some prompts, or short questions. And at the bottom, you have your summary that you wrote down in your own words. And once you're done, you'll end up with something like this. Well, you end up with this if you use the free StudyPuff template, but there's more on that later in the video. So let's start with the part people struggle with the most, the actual note-taking part. So a lot of people actually write down, or at least attempt to write down, every single thing the teacher is saying in class. I know I have tried that way too many times than I'd like to admit, but in the end, all that happens is that we forget, because we're completely on autopilot and we don't remember anything. So if you're someone that transcribes entire lectures, this is your sign to stop. There's a way better way to go about this. Because the aim of taking notes is to just write short phrases, bullet points, write down chemical structures, use arrows, write down formulas, small graphs, and if you feel creative, you can make a little drawing. But make sure that you leave enough empty space, because we're going to use that later, but we'll get to that. One thing I'd like to point out to you is that taking notes is cognitively demanding, which means that it's important that you finish the notes before you move on to the next step, which is writing down the cues. One thing with that is that there's no clear consensus of the time frame you need to leave between taking the notes and actually writing down the cues, so try out a few things and see what works for you. You can do it right after the class is done, or you can do it when you arrive back home, wait an hour, do it the next day, try some things out and see what sticks and what makes the information disappear from your memory. As I pointed out before, it's important with the cues to keep it super short and simple. One word, a short question, or a prompt that is related to the notes on the right side of the template. Now that we finished taking the notes and writing down our cues, it is time for the summary. The role of the summary is to condense the information from our notes in a short and meaningful way. Just make sure you use your own words and that you write down any relationships you found within your notes, because that helps you remember it way better. And when I talk about short, I mean really, really short. Maximum 2 to 5 sentences. But if you use our StudyPuff template, you are forced to keep it short because we purposefully designed it in a way that you cannot write long summaries, to make sure that you actually really have to be condensed with the information you put down. And now that you know how to actually use the Cornell note-taking method, the easiest way to implement it is by using our free StudyPuff template. You heard me mention it before. You can find the template on the website studypuff.com or in the description of the video. But before you run off, hear me out. You went from a very inefficient way of taking your notes and you want to use the Cornell note-taking method, which I'm proud of you for already making that decision. Go you. But give yourself some time. It's not something that changes from one day to the other. So make sure to practice it with topics you're actually already familiar with, so that it's easier to implement in the classroom or when you're studying something you've never studied before. Download the template, take notes, add cues, write your summary, and later in the week, quiz yourself. You do this by covering the right side that has your notes and using the cues to help you recall the actual information. And remember the space I told you to keep in the notes section? This is the moment to add extra information and clarifications to your notes in order to help you understand it better or to simply write down what is still missing. And that's it. That's how you take your notes from a passive habit that is forgettable into an active system that makes you remember without actually having to study more. So now is the time to go to the description and actually download the free Study Puffs template and to implement it within your study routine. And make sure to let me know in the comments what the first class or topic is that you will be using our template for, because I'm definitely curious.